A while ago, I saw a strange number in the video analytics. At first, the video was doing fine. Actually, more than fine. The click-through and entry rate were better than almost all similar videos. So this was not a case where nobody clicked. It was not just a bad thumbnail. It was not just a weak opening. People came in. They stayed for a little while. And then the strange part appeared. The system said that after about 111 seconds, viewer retention dropped sharply. 111 seconds. Less than 2 minutes. On the surface, you could blame the video. Maybe the middle was not exciting enough. Maybe the pacing was too slow. Maybe the visuals were not moving fast enough. But the first part of the data makes the case more interesting. People had already entered. They were not rejecting the video from the start. The break happened near the 2-minute mark. And if you put that inside the larger short video environment, it stops looking like a small content problem. It starts looking like a health report. Not a report about one video. A report about the brain. Because a lot of people are no longer watching content in the old sense. They are waiting for stimulation. If there is no twist, no conflict, no joke, no emotional hit, no loud conclusion within a short window, the brain starts to itch. Not because it understood the idea and rejected it. Because it never stayed long enough to enter the idea. That is the doorway into today's case. We often say short videos steal time. And yes, they do. But I think that sentence is too small. The most dangerous part of short videos is not that they steal a few hours from you. It is that they train your brain into a shape that is easier to sell to, easier to move, easier to trigger, easier to harvest. You think you are just relaxing. A few funny clips, a few pieces of news, a few product reviews, a few people showing their lives. 10 seconds here, 30 seconds there. It feels harmless. But the problem is, humans are not only shaped by what they watch. We are also shaped by the form in which we watch it. What you eat every day changes your body. The way you receive information every day changes your mind. Short videos do not only give you information, they give you training. They train you to expect the result immediately, the emotion immediately, the conflict immediately, the reversal immediately, the conclusion immediately. They train you to expect someone else to chew the idea, season it, cut it into a tiny piece, and put it directly into your mouth. You do not have to wait. You do not have to read the background. You do not have to sit with complexity. You do not have to connect the clues yourself. The next hit is always coming. And after enough of that training, the brain becomes strange. It is not that the brain cannot think. It is that it does not want to enter thinking. Imagine eating extremely salty, oily, sweet food every day. After a while, normal food starts tasting boring. That is what happens with attention. After enough short-form stimulation, normal content starts feeling tasteless. A person builds an argument for 2 minutes, and it feels too slow. A topic needs background, and it feels like rambling. Someone speaks carefully, and it feels weak. Something does not give you an answer right away, and your hand wants to swipe. So in plain English, the brain becomes picky. It wants the strongest flavor, the fastest bite, the least chewing. But the important things in life usually require chewing. Reading requires waiting. Understanding a complicated problem requires waiting. Judging whether someone is right or wrong requires waiting. Building something valuable requires waiting. If a brain only accepts things that give it sugar immediately, it slowly loses its ability to process slow things. Gloria Mark at the University of California, Irvine, has studied attention for years. One number often discussed from her work is that average attention on screens has fallen to around 47 seconds. Now, that number should not be abused. It does not mean every human being can only focus for 47 seconds. that would be too sloppy. The more useful point is this. In screen environments, people are switching faster and faster. From one window to another. From one message to one video. From one headline to the next recommendation. The brain gets trained like a remote control that keeps changing channels. And switching is not free. You think you only watched for 30 seconds. But many times, what you lose is not 30 seconds. You lose the road back into focus. You sit down to write something. It gets hard. You open a short video. You try to read something longer. It feels a little heavy. You open a short video. You try to think through a decision. The discomfort starts. You open a short video. Every time, you think you are resting. But from the brain's point of view, you are building an escape route. Anytime something feels boring, difficult, slow, or uncertain, there is now a door out. Short videos do not need to chain you to anything. They just keep the door open. And slowly, you learn to run through it. That is the first clue. Short videos are not only training what you watch, they are training what you do when something becomes uncomfortable. You leave. And once that habit gets strong, another problem appears. The brain becomes less willing to pay the cost of understanding. Any complex idea has an entrance fee. It needs background. It needs definitions. It needs exceptions. It needs the patience to say, this cannot be explained in one sentence. But short videos do not like that. Short videos like to cut the world into clean pieces. Who is right? Who is wrong? Who is evil? Who is stupid? Who got exposed? Who is scamming everyone? They want fast recognition, fast emotion, fast sides, because complexity makes people pause. And pausing is bad for endless scrolling. So a lot of short-form content is not helping you understand the world. It is flattening the world, flattening it into a headline, a punchline, a villain, a satisfying angle, a position you can share immediately. In plain English, it is not making you understand more. It is making you feel like you understood faster. Those are not the same thing. When you truly understand something, you usually become more careful. You see the edges. You see what you do not know. You see why the problem is not clean. But short video understanding feels different. It gives you a position immediately, an enemy immediately, an answer immediately, and the pleasant feeling that you have seen through everything. That is dangerous. Because in the real world, the easiest things to sell, the easiest things to manipulate, and the easiest things to use for persuasion are simple answers. A cheap price trap gives you a simple answer. Low price means I won. A fake review trap gives you a simple answer. Everyone says it is good, so I am probably safe. A menu trap gives you a simple answer. The middle option must be reasonable. An investment story gives you a simple answer. This is the future, and if I do not get in now, I will miss it. These answers feel comfortable. You do not need to calculate long-term cost. You do not need to read the ingredient list. You do not need to ask where the risk is. You do not need to admit that you do not fully understand. A brain trained by short videos likes this kind of answer. Because it is short. It is bright. It has emotion. And it lets you feel that you are on the right side immediately. Then comes the next layer. Judgment starts getting taken over by emotion. Short videos are not best at explaining. They are best at making you react. Anger, envy, anxiety, fear, superiority, pleasure. Once those emotions arrive, slow judgment becomes much harder. You react first, and then you look for reasons. You dislike the person first, and then you listen to what they said. You feel the product is necessary first, and then you explain why it is worth it. You feel the opinion is satisfying first, and then you treat it like truth. At that point, truth is no longer the first filter. Feeling is. If it feels good, it seems true. If it makes me angry, it feels worth sharing. If it makes me anxious, I feel I must solve it right now. If it makes me feel smart, I want to save it immediately. And this is the condition that makes harvesting possible. If a person gets used to judging through emotion, that person becomes very easy to sell to. Anxiety can sell courses. Envy can sell consumption. Fear can sell insurance. Anger can sell traffic. Superiority can sell identity. Short videos cut these emotions into tiny pieces and feed them to you continuously. You think you are watching the world, but a lot of the time, you are being trained to react. You see a certain image and you envy. You see a certain title and you get angry. You see a certain personality and you trust. You see a certain lifestyle and you feel behind. The system does not need you to think it through. It only needs you to move. Like, comment, share, save, buy. Keep watching. Some research connects problematic short video use with issues around self-control, attention control, and executive control. We have to be careful here. It does not mean every person who watches short videos becomes stupid. That would be unfair and unscientific. But it does point to something important. The problem is not only that some short videos are low quality. The form itself may be connected to the abilities that help you control attention, suppress impulse, and pause before reacting. And those abilities are exactly what protect you from being harvested. You need attention control so every little sound does not pull you away. You need impulse control so every discount does not become a purchase. You need the ability to pause so someone else's emotion does not become your judgment. So the real damage is not that short videos made you laugh for a few minutes. Laughing is fine. Relaxing is fine. The problem is when your brain lives in that environment every day. It becomes more adapted to low-friction stimulation and less adapted to high-friction thinking. Eventually, anything that requires patience starts feeling painful. Long videos feel painful. Long articles feel painful. Books feel painful. Silence feels painful. Being alone with your own thoughts feels painful. Anything that does not summarize itself for you feels painful. And then there is one more loss. The ability to generate your own thoughts gets weaker. Daydreaming is not always wasted time. Walking without looking at your phone is not always inefficient. Sitting quietly for a few minutes is not doing nothing. A lot of thoughts are born in those empty spaces. You hear something during the day, and during a walk at night, it suddenly connects. You read a problem, and later in the shower, it links to something else. When you do not immediately fill the gap, your brain starts arranging the pieces by itself. But short videos fill the gaps. Waiting for the elevator, standing in line, eating, the last few minutes before sleep, the first moment after waking up. Before the brain has time to grow something of its own, the next stimulus arrives. After a while, a person becomes more dependent on external feeding. Do not know what to watch? Wait for the recommendation. Do not know what to buy? Wait for someone to recommend it. Do not know what to think about an issue? Wait for a creator to give you the position. Do not know what you want? Look at someone else's life and borrow their desire. That is not freedom. That is slowly handing over your judgment. So, what kind of brain is easiest to harvest? Not the dumbest brain. The easiest to push brain. Give it a strong headline, and it enters. Give it a satisfying angle, and it believes. Give it anxiety, and it pays. Give it group emotion and it takes a side. Give it a low-price doorway and it feels it has won. Give it a pile of good reviews and it relaxes. And if you look back at many of the traps we have talked about before, they all need the same precondition. The cheap price trap needs you not to calculate long-term cost. The review trap needs you not to inspect the ingredient list. The menu trap needs you to accept the choice architecture in front of you. The sunk cost trap needs you to be emotionally tied to the past. Retail investing traps often need you to react faster than you think. Different traps. Same kind of person. Someone easier to move. And that is why short videos matter. They may be training that person. So no, this episode is not telling you to delete every short video app. That is not realistic. Short content can be useful. Entertainment is not a sin. Nobody needs to live like a monk. The real warning is this. Do not let short videos become the default environment of your brain. What does default environment mean? The moment you are bored, you scroll. The moment you feel uncomfortable, you scroll. The moment you get stuck, you scroll. The moment you wake up, you scroll. The moment before you sleep, you scroll. Every time life creates a little empty space, short videos fill it. If that becomes normal, then it is not just entertainment anymore. It is your brain trainer. And to take some control back, you do not need to perform extreme discipline. Start smaller. Take back a few spaces. When you wait for the elevator, maybe do not look. After eating, give yourself a few quiet minutes. Before sleep, protect the last stretch of the day. Those empty spaces look useless, but they are where the brain digests things. Then protect one block of time. Even 30 minutes. Do not let it be chopped up. Watch something longer. Read a few pages. Write something. Think through one question from beginning to end. Not to look sophisticated. To train endurance. And then keep one tiny pause between emotion and action. If something makes you angry, do not share it immediately. If something makes you anxious, do not buy immediately. If an opinion feels extremely satisfying, do not assume you understood the whole thing. Give yourself a small pause. Even a few seconds. That pause is the firewall between you and the algorithm. A lot of people think freedom means I can scroll whenever I want. But maybe a deeper freedom is this. I can also choose not to be pulled. I can watch short things and I can watch long things. I can enjoy stimulation and I can sit with silence. I can listen to other people and still keep my own judgment. I can be entertained by content without handing over my brain. Short videos may not destroy a person. But if every day you feed the part of yourself that is easiest to stimulate, easiest to anger, easiest to scare, easiest to push, and least willing to wait, that part starts getting stronger. And eventually, it can start acting like the owner. You think you only sold a few minutes. But sometimes, what you sold was the ability to wait, the patience to understand, the break before judgment, the empty space where your own thoughts grow. That is the expensive part of the trade. Because a person who cannot stop and think will be easier to push later. By ads, by reviews, by low prices, by trends, by investment stories. So short videos are not only stealing time. Time is just the visible bill. What they may be taking is the slower, clearer, harder to harvest version of your own mind,